everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. My project today is this box that measures 4 1/4 by 2 1/2 by 1. Alrighty, see? And I used the mini pocket dies, which I will show you in a minute how I use those. Decorated Happiness stamp set just for the sentiment. I use the decorated pine dies for the greenery on there, and for the ornament with the glimmer paper, and actually for the mini pocket envelopes dies, I use this here for the sentiment to cut that out. All right, and it opens up like this, and inside are 3 of the mini pocket envelopes. One has a gift card, and 2 of them have Ghirardelli Squares in them. Alrighty, but there is enough room if you just want to put Ghirardelli Squares and no gift card or money in there. Or you could just use this as a gift container. You don't have to have the mini pocket envelope dies. Alrighty. Okay. I also used the Santa Express DSP on all the envelopes and the DSP on the outside, and the red and white, real red and white glimmer paper, which is a 6x6 packet that you can get with 8 sheets of 6x6. Alrighty. Alright, so let me show you what we need for this project. We need a piece of Poppy Parade that is 7 1/2 by 6 3/4. All these measurements will be on my blog along with the scoring and everything. Alright, we need 2 of this die cut out from Garden Green, and we're going to use 1 full and cut 2 of the branches off from the bottom here. Alright, so we need those. I cut 1 of the ornaments out of the white glimmer paper. I don't know if you can see it glimmering, but it does glimmer. Oh, okay. This I cut from the mini pocket envelopes right here, this die here from Basic White, and it measures 1 1/2 by 1 7/8 if you don't have the die. And then I just cut some red glimmer, real red glimmer paper that measures 1 3/4 by 2 1/8 to back it up. Right, we need 2 pieces of the Santa Express DSP that are 2 1/4 by 4, 2 long pieces that are 3/4 by 4, and 2 short pieces that are 2 1/4 by 3/4. All right, so that's that. And then you could use, I used all Santa's Express to keep it simple, but I cut 3 envelopes from 3 of the different Santa Express papers. Alrighty. All right, so let's get my Simply Scored and start. This is my host code. If you're going to spend anything under $150, please put that in, and I can send those who put the host code a little something. All right, so let's start on the 7 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score at 2 1/2, 3 1/2, 6, and 7. Then we're going to turn it to the 6 3/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. And that's it for the scoring. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish all the score lines. Okay. Now we have this so that there is a skinny rectangle at the top, 1 on the right, and then there is a 1 inch strip on the bottom. And this is, sorry, this is what we're gonna do here. Okie doke. So let's start on the bottom left we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge up into the skinny rectangle. Then wedge each side of the square. So that's the bottom. Okay, then we're going to turn it so that the skinny rectangles are on the left and the bottom. And we're going to go to the first score line and cut it to the second score line, and then wedge up into that skinny rectangle. Okay, we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, cut off that rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom of the square, okay, and then wedge each side of the square. Okay, and then we're going to take these two rectangles off. Alrighty. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our corner rounder and round the corners of this top flat piece here, which is what's left of the skinny rectangle on the top. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Alright, now I'm going to get my tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on the side skinny rectangle next to the score line. Alright, and then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and get the backing off the back. Flip over the whole thing, flip the side with the tape, and flip the other side to meet it. Okay, now this is going to be our back. Alright, so then we're going to put the sides in, and I'm going to put a little dab of glue on those pieces here, and then pull down the back, and then put some glue on the back of the front flap. Okay, just make sure the sides are pretty even and hold it. Okay, I'm going to go to the top, and I'm just going to stick my Take Your Pick tool down there and make sure that the flaps are down. Alrighty, now let's get our DSP, and I'm going to put the two pieces that are 2 1/4 by 4 on the front and the back, the two pieces that are 3/4 by 4 on the long sides, and the ones that are 2 1/4 by 3/4 on the short side. Alright, now I'm just going to open up the back, and I'm going to get a little half circle or quarter circle out of the box so it's easier to grip it. Alrighty, now let's do our stamping, and I need this little die from the mini pocket envelope dies, and I'm going to be using from Decorated with Happiness, Wishing You a Season Decorated with Happiness and Wonder. Alright, and I'm going to use shaded spruce ink. Okay, and that's the only stamping. Alright, so now okay, so let's get our pieces of greenery, and I'm going to clip this piece off. It's even longer. I clipped a little, but I'm going to clip the rest of that edge. All right, and now I'm going to put this down right about right here. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue all around. Alrighty, and then this is going to be, whoops, let's take our stamped sentiment and put it onto our piece of the red glimmer paper that is 1 3/4 by 2 3/8. And I'm going to put it down right in the middle, just for now. Can't hold my hand straight right now. All right, and then I'm going to put one kind of like that. And then one coming down like that. All right, so I'll just hold it like that, and I'm going to make a little pencil mark. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to put a little L there, oops, and a V right here so I can see exactly where I wanted them. I'm going to put glue on these again and cover that L. It depends. You're not going to have an L probably. You'll just have wherever you cut it, you'll have that shape. And I'm going to put this one down right there. Now I'm going to get some dimensionals, and I'm going to flip this sentiment over, and I'm going to put 5 just so that we grab the rest of the greenery really well, in case some of it didn't get a nice amount of glue on it. Okay. Now I'm going to use some of the Real Red ribbon from the Real Red and Garden Green 3/8 inch ribbon combo pack. And it's a little bit, it's Real Red, and the box is Poppy Parade, so it stands out a little bit. I'm just going to make a bow. And what I'm going to do is put it down about 1/4 inch up from the edge of the sentiment, actually the red shimmer paper, and I'm gonna get some glue dots and my take your pick tool, and I'm gonna put glue dots on either side of the bow of the knot. Okay, and then a little bit of glue right on the knot, and I'm gonna aim for about 1/4 inch above the red glimmer paper and slant it. Just push down the glue dots, and then eventually the glue will hit it, so it'll be nice and double secure. All right, now I need my white glimmer paper ornament and some of the Simply Elegant trim. I'm using, oops, the silver, and here's a good piece. And I'm just going to take and put a loop through. I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to put it through the middle of the ornament, and then open the loop and run the silver twine, I guess, through it. And then that gets me right on the top, which I love. And then I'm just going to make a little bow. You can tie it to that bow if you want to, but I wanted to do it this way so that I could get it exactly where I wanted it on there. And this twine is pretty good. This what is it, trim. You can kind of bend it and to where you want to have it. I'm just gonna cut it off. All right, and then I'm going to put this on the side of the bow so that it doesn't cover up any of my words. So I'm going to have it on the side of the knot, just like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this piece here on the right. All right, and I'm just going to place it down and hold it there. Okay, now it's stuck on there nicely. All right, and then let's work on our 3 envelopes. Okay, how I do this is first I do all the score lines that are already in it. So there's 1 in the middle and 2 on the side and bottom of the smaller piece. So it'll close just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna get my mat so I don't get any glue every place. And I'm going to take the 2 pieces that I folded in, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right down the middle. And then I'm just going to take the top and push them down right over the front part, the back. Put the back over the front. Sorry about that. Okay, and then just make sure that it's adhered, and then put it aside to dry. And then I'm going to do that 3 more times, or however many times you want to. Alrighty, so let's just let these 3 dry a minute. Alright, and we'll do the final touches on this first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, the small ones, and my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to put, this was the finished one. And I'm going to put one on each one of the branches, the boughs, I guess. Okay. Now, hopefully these are nice and dried enough. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm going to put the green in the middle of the red. So I'll put the gift card in the first one. And then 2 Ghirardellis, or you could use the Mercy chocolates. They're probably nice and thin too. And it will hold them, see? Alright. And we'll put the 2 of those. There we go. And we'll put them all in. And the third one, there is enough room in there if you want to put a 3rd Ghirardelli instead. But I wanted to put a little gift card or maybe some cash. Alright, and that's it. If you have any questions, my email is below. The link to my blog that has all of the measurements, and the link to purchase. Alrighty, have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye.